back to our podcast. Today, we're diving into a topic that's crucial for anyone looking to learn something new: how to accelerate your learning process and become proficient in any skill or subject. The key? Learn from the mistakes of others before you even start. This might sound simple, but it's an incredibly effective strategy that can save you a lot of time and frustration. So, grab a cup of coffee and let's get into it. We've all heard the saying, learn from your mistakes. It's true that making mistakes is a natural part of the learning process. However, there's an even better way: learning from the mistakes of others before you make them yourself. By understanding the common pitfalls and challenges that others have faced, you can avoid them and fast-track your progress. Imagine you're about to start learning how to play the piano. Instead of diving in blindly, you talk to a few seasoned pianists or read about common mistakes beginners make. You learn that many beginners tend to neglect proper finger positioning, which can lead to bad habits and slow progress later on. Armed with this knowledge, you focus on mastering your finger positioning from day one, avoiding the need to unlearn bad habits later. This simple step can make a huge difference in how quickly you progress. One of the best ways to learn from the mistakes of others is by seeking advice from people who have already mastered what you're trying to learn. Whether it's a friend, mentor, or even an online community, these people can offer valuable insights that you wouldn't have known otherwise. Let's say you're interested in starting a business. Before you launch, you sit down with a few successful entrepreneurs and ask them about the mistakes they made when they were just starting out. They might tell you about the importance of validating your business idea before investing too much time and money, or warn you about common legal issues that new business owners overlook. By learning from their experiences, you can steer clear of these pitfalls and increase your chances of success. In addition to seeking advice, doing your own research on common mistakes can be incredibly beneficial. The internet is full of resources, forums, and articles that highlight the most frequent errors people make when learning something new. A quick search can reveal the most common challenges and how to overcome them. For example, if you're learning a new language, you might find that many beginners struggle with pronunciation or grammar rules. By identifying these challenges early on, you can focus on these areas from the start, making your learning process more efficient. Of course, knowing about potential mistakes is only helpful if you apply what you've learned. It's important to take the advice and insights you've gathered and integrate them into your learning process. This means being mindful of the common pitfalls and actively working to avoid them. For instance, if you're learning how to code and you've learned that many beginners struggle with understanding algorithms, you might choose to spend extra time studying this area. Or, if you know that many people make the mistake of trying to learn too many things at once, you might focus on mastering one programming language before moving on to another. Avoiding common mistakes doesn't just save you time, it also boosts your confidence. When you know that you're on the right track and avoiding pitfalls that have tripped up others, you'll feel more motivated to keep going. Plus, by sidestepping these mistakes, you can reach an advanced level more quickly, giving you a head start in your chosen field. Consider someone learning to play the violin. If they know that one of the most common mistakes is poor posture, they can focus on maintaining the correct posture from the beginning. As a result, they'll likely progress faster and with fewer physical issues than someone who has to correct their posture later on. As you continue to learn and grow, you'll inevitably encounter more complex challenges that require deeper understanding and problem-solving skills. At this stage, you may not find as many ready-made solutions or advice, and you'll need to rely more on your own critical thinking and creativity. However, because you've already avoided many of the basic pitfalls, you'll be better equipped to tackle these advanced challenges. By this point, you've likely developed a strong foundation and a lot of momentum. You've built good habits, avoided time-wasting mistakes, and are now ready to dig deeper into the nuances of your chosen field. Whether it's refining your technique, mastering advanced concepts, or innovating in your approach, you're in a much better position to succeed because you've avoided the common errors that slow most people down. Even as you reach higher levels of proficiency, the strategy of learning from the mistakes of others doesn't end. The most successful learners and professionals are those who continuously seek out knowledge and are always looking for ways to improve. This might mean studying the mistakes of experts in your field, reading case studies, or even learning from failures in related disciplines. For example, if you're a graphic designer, you might study the common design mistakes made by professionals, such as overusing certain trends or neglecting accessibility. By staying aware of these pitfalls, you can refine your work and maintain a high standard of quality. The key to mastering any skill or subject is to cultivate a mindset of growth and adaptability. This means being open to feedback, willing to adjust your approach, and continuously learning from both your own experiences and those of others. It's about recognizing that mistakes are part of the journey, but with the right strategy, you can minimize their impact and accelerate your progress. By approaching your learning with curiosity and a willingness to adapt, you're more likely to stay motivated and overcome the inevitable challenges that come your way. This mindset not only helps you learn faster, but also makes the learning process more enjoyable and rewarding. To wrap up, let's go over some practical steps you can take to implement this strategy of learning from mistakes before you make them. Identify your learning goals. Clearly define what you want to learn and why. This will help you focus your efforts and seek out the most relevant advice and resources. Seek out mentors and experts. Reach out to people who have already mastered what you're trying to learn. Ask them about the mistakes they made and what they would do differently if they were starting over. Research common pitfalls. Use online resources, books, and forums to research the most common mistakes beginners make in your chosen field. Make a list of these pitfalls and how you can avoid them. Apply what you learn. Integrate the advice and insights you've gathered into your learning process. Be mindful of the common mistakes and actively work to avoid them as you progress. Reflect and adjust. As you learn, take time to reflect on your progress. Are there new challenges you're facing? Have you encountered any unexpected difficulties? Use these reflections to adjust your approach and continue learning from both your experiences and the experiences of others. The fastest way to master any skill or subject is to learn from the mistakes of those who have gone before you. By seeking advice, doing your research, and applying what you learn, you can avoid common pitfalls and accelerate your progress. Remember, the goal isn't to avoid mistakes entirely. That's impossible. But by learning from others' experiences, you can save time, build confidence, and reach your goals more quickly. Thank you for tuning into today's podcast. I hope you found this discussion helpful and inspiring. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any tips or stories about learning from mistakes, please share them in the comments. See you next time.